Hi guys, welcome back to what is a YouTube channel, I guess. My channel, but I'm not really a YouTube gardener. There shouldn't really be many videos in my future, but at the moment I'm enjoying doing a little bit of video recording, mainly as a diary for myself. I published one video last month and shared it to the Potty Mouth Discord. And a few of you guys watched it and gave me some great feedback, so that filled me with loads of confidence in order to do another one. So that's what I'm doing today. My life's changed quite a bit since that video. Actually, I've left my job. I was feeling a little bit disillusioned in what I was doing. It was quite a thankless job, so I weren't really that happy anyway. And then my dad passed in January, and since then I've been going through the grieving process. So those two things combined, I had a chat with my husband and explained how much I'm enjoying what I'm doing in the garden, and now I wanted to kind of give it a little bit more of my time, because it's been great for my mental health as well. So I decided to hand in my notice at work, which I did last week, and I'm just going to concentrate on working on my mental health, trying to feel better and just enjoying the garden. It really, really is my happy place. So I'm 47, and I think if I can't take 3 months out of my life just to do something I'm really, really loving, what's the point? So thankfully I've got a very understanding husband, because we cannot afford for me to be quitting my job, really. But I also don't require a lot. So I'm a woman who's easily pleased. I don't need a lot of luxuries and things like that. So yeah, he's agreed to support me for the next few months while I put food on our table that I've grown myself. So and he loves that as well, does Greg, my husband. So yeah, hopefully it'll work out, and I'll maybe find another job in the autumn or the winter. So I'm going to take you on another little garden tour today. We're starting in my poly house, and we'll just work as way through my vegetable garden, which is in my back garden, yeah, see how things have moved on since last month. Okie dokie, so in here I've got 17 varieties of tomato, I think, a couple of varieties of aubergine, and maybe 6 chili plants or pepper plants. I've hit the roof with some of these tomatoes. So these came in here mid-March, and I sowed them way too early. So I ran out of room in the house, and they had to come in here in mid-March. So it weren't ideal. I had to heat it for a couple of weeks, which wasn't great. But by April, I think we were more or less out of the woods temperature wise. Anyway, they're doing all right. Got some tomatoes, plenty of tomatoes coming. Like I say, a lot of different varieties. I'm more excited about the heirloom stuff, like, you know, I've got some Japanese black trevally. I have some Alice's Dream. I've got some purple Cherokee. This one's been doing really great. This is Sweet Million. So yeah, there's loads of little tomatoes on that one, as the name would suggest, I guess. So that's been doing fab. I've got a Gigantamo that's appearing. Oops, focus. There we go. So yeah, I'm excited about that one too. Tigerella. I've just noticed those. So if you want to know why they're trussed up like this, you can check out my last video, because I explain why my tomatoes are tied up like this. Yes, aubergine is doing great. This is my first one. So he's put on some weight, and the peppers are still doing great. We are getting a few little ones with holes in, and I think there's little slugs hiding in there, which, you know, how delicious is that? But my husband and I, well, my husband mainly, comes out on slug hunts every night. I think he enjoys it, so a bit weird. And some chilli plants. I don't know what these holes are. I've had a look. I can't really see anything underneath it. It could just be slugs or maybe little caterpillars or who knows. There's some big ass spiders in here, I can tell you that much for nothing. Ah, these aubergine flowers, just stunning. What a beautiful colour. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So yes, that's the polyhouse. It's all, my melons aren't doing too great. Guys, are any of you trying to grow melons? This is a Minnesota midget. Look how pale that is. And do you know what I'm really struggling with? Things like melons and my cucumbers and what. I can't tell the difference between a male and female flower. I know what the differences should be, but I think I'm seeing mainly male flowers at the moment on things like melons and cucumbers. A couple of decent cucumbers off this, Berkeley's Tasty Green. I tend to get one like that, then another starts, and then as soon as I pick the big one, you know, the next one comes on, leaps and bounds. So, right, so yeah, that's the polyhouse. I love it. It's my favourite place in garden. But onto the main garden now. So, I'll give you a wide shot. A couple of arches there that I'm growing beans up. So I have a variety of runner beans, 6 French beans or borlotti bean type things, and I've got some tall telephone peas there. These are just in a couple of planters my husband made. That's what they're planted in. This is that poached eggplant that I like the look of. Maybe I think I might have planted too many in there, but yeah. Some marigolds. Round it we eat a hell of a lot of Cavolo Nero, and I always thought it was a cabbage until I started growing it. So now I obviously know it's a kale. So yeah, Cavolo Nero's doing great for us. I've got a couple of Asturian tree cabbages at the back there, so I've grown them from seed. I don't know when they'll get to you know, a big size. I'm hoping maybe by back end of this summer, but if not, I know they'll be with me for a few years, hopefully. If you watched my last video, you'll know I just pile anything in same bed. I'm not too fussy and I'm not precious about things. I just like to try things. So I've also got Brussels sprout in there and 2 elephant garlic as well, and some celery outside. I mean, I know I plant everything too close together, and I know they should probably be grouped according to, you know, the family of vegetables that they belong to, but I just enjoy just going with flow. So I've got some chard in there, and these parsnips, white gem, which I sowed on 12th of May direct, they're just coming out now, so that's brilliant. Don't know how great germination will be. I'm looking at about 8 at the moment, but we'll see. The lettuce bed, radishes have all gone to seed, so they just bolted. A little bit too hot, I think. Yeah, so we had I pulled a full, I think it's lobchoits, that one over there. Pulled a full one of them yesterday for a barbecue. It was lovely. And we keep just cut and come again in with these ones. And that red salad bowl's been great as well. And then we've got some Baldor beetroot and some ball tardy behind it. Some pak choi that has been attacked by slugs, and some parsnips. These are gladiator, and I sowed these quite a bit earlier, so these were sown on the 9th of March. I don't think that's too bad a germination. Took some time, but we're there now. Some more gorgeous kales. A little mix of cottager's kale, some Romanesco cauliflowers in there, random onions that I didn't have room for anywhere else, and some Chantenay carrots that I also didn't really get good germination with, so there's 3 or 4 of them in there as well. Who cares? And these three are squashes that I've sown and I'm growing for my grandchildren for Halloween. So we have got another granddaughter coming in September, so that first one's for her. The one in the middle is for my 4-year-old granddaughter Everly, and the one on the end is for my 1-year-old grandson Billy. So I'm hoping at least Billy and Everly will enjoy picking those at Halloween. So small sugar, baby bear for Billy, and a little butterfly squash for Eden. Some yellow geum there, hoping to attract some pollinators. Peas are doing grand. I'm going on holiday for a week next week, you know, and I have no idea what I'm going to do in terms of tending to the garden. My husband's installed a irrigation system for me, which I think all in all, we've done every bed in this garden, and you'll see shortly how big that is. I think all in all we've managed to put it all together with hoses and whatnot for about 70-80 quid. Alright, I just thought I'd tell you quickly a little bit more about this irrigation system. So it's by a brand called, I think it's Claber, C-L-A-B-E-R, and they do a variety of kits. I think from like 20 for 20 plants up to well, more than 35. We got a 35 plant one and a 20 plant one. We got two separate because the 35 plant one, the box had been opened, so they knocked us some money off it basically. So we combined everything in those two kits to create what we needed to irrigate the garden while we're away on holiday next week. So that's I've just shown you it in the polytunnel, and then my husband's run a hose. I've covered it up today, but you would see it down there along with my fetching Crocs. You would see the hose down there, and we've just put one little sprinkler thing into each bed. I hope it's enough. I think we forecast rain here, but yeah, we were really chuffed with it. So it's running, you can get different ends, so you can get sprinkly ends or drippy ends. All the ends are adjustable. We found the pressure right through the garden, so we've got all these beds have got one in. It goes all the way up here. My potatoes don't have them in. Don't know if that's a wrong move or not, but we go all the way down this bed. You see these little orange ends, and then there's a hose running behind the sunflowers and coming up to here, and you can, I think you can have it, the most you can have it on in a day I think is 30 minutes. Is that right? Oh, I think you can have 60 minutes. Oh, it tells you there, look. So you can pause if you want to read it. But yeah, so we're going to have it come on it morning. But yeah, he found it easy to put together. And I didn't think the cost was so bad. For peace of mind, I don't mind paying that. So yes, irrigation system is an absolute diamond, my husband, you know. I know I keep singing his praises, but it really is. He's been so supportive when we're wanting to grow all this veg, and he's absolutely loving eating it as well, which is a massive surprise to me actually. He's loving it. Anyway, yeah, if you're thinking of getting an irrigation system, Claber, loads of instructional videos online as well, so that were good. Some more peas there. These tatsoi have been great. We had them in ramen the other night. It was delicious. And a Brussels sprout plant, because why not? Some bunching onions just filling a gap. Gooseberries are also here. Hello. Some there, look. This is my first time growing gooseberries. And I've even stuck a cucumber in there, hoping it'll climb up trellis, but we'll see. I oversow because I just assume everything's gonna die an early death. And then I don't have the heart to throw it on compost when I don't really need it, so it tends to get planted out no matter what. I've just put some stakes in these. Let's just go around beans for a second. I've just put some stakes in these calyx today, just to give them a little bit more support. I know they're only little at the moment, but I'm hoping they're going to get big. Some garlic that I can't wait to get out, really. I've pulled a few to make way for them calets, sorry, not kale, calets. So I pulled a few, 4 garlic out of that end row there. But I'm going to give these another couple of weeks. Some more calets just in between them. Some shallots. I think these are a variety. What are they? Begin with J. I forget now. But they've been in since autumn. So I'm guessing they should be doing something in next month or so. Then we've got some climbing beans. These are looking really great if I just take a step back. So you can see they're starting to climb up both sides now. Fabulous. I love all like that. It gives me such pleasure seeing my beans climbing, you wouldn't believe. Some sweet corn, which looked good when I put them out, but maybe they were just a tiny bit young. They've been attacked by slugs. I don't know whether they'll recover. I don't have experience in this matter. So I'm just going to watch and see. I have sowed some more, but whether it's a little bit late to be doing that, I don't know. These Patty Pan Twinkle look okay. So we're going for that whole Three Sisters thing here. I know it's not the traditional kind of, you know, making a wigwam and having the beans climb up around the sweet corn. That's what I meant. But I've put them together. They're all in one bed. Beans, sweet corn and courgettes. And these were those sacrificial chilies. But actually, you'll see there, that's some sugar rush stripey. Now I've got some Scotch bonnets. So it were worth just hanging on to them. We're going to get chilies off them. I don't know when. And I don't know what they'll be like. But I'm glad I didn't throw them away now. So I've put them south facing. Try and get as much sun and heat on them as possible. That behind them is a tomato plant. These peas, this is the variety Onward. They're doing okay, they look great to me. No pods yet, but they're just starting to flower. But in this bed, another random mix, we've got some celeriac, some squashes at the back, some crown prince, which I'm hoping are just going to kind of like tumble over the bed and sprawl down that end. Courgette. These 3 cabbages that have been in quite a while now, these are Durham early, but I don't think they're doing anything really. I'm not seeing them. That one maybe looks like it's going to heart up. That one just looks like a big flower, which I can appreciate. Then I've got some squashes with some butternuts, a spaghetti squash and a baked potato squash here. So I've just put that, I mean, yeah, they're too close. But I'm going to put another 3 on the other side as well. Oh, this is my garlic that I pulled out that I was telling you about. So those 4 white ones on the end are what I pulled out. These are pink germador, which I've also pulled early to make way for some brassicas that I wanted to get in. I mean, that doesn't look too bad to me. You can see there's some definition with cloves, but it is only small. I don't mind. So yeah, they'll go inside, or they'll at least get covered up so they don't get rained on. They don't really want to be in too strong a sun, but I think we've got a couple of grey days on the way, so they might be alright. If not, I'll take them inside. Also, does anybody know what causes this? So out of all these, I just had one like this. I mean, it's beautiful, but what's happened? Can I still eat it? And what causes it? I'm all about educating myself. Carrot bed looks great. So this is the only bed in the whole garden that I've got covered, and I'm growing quite a lot of brassicas, so that might surprise you. Yeah, I'm not big into covering stuff up. I'm a bit lazy. It just makes it harder to go slug hunting underneath them. So, and let's face it, the slugs do get in. So yeah, 5 varieties of carrots in that one. And some more chilies, some sugar stripey again, some habaneros. What am I going back over here for? Oh yeah, to show you these carrots. Rondo, so they've germinated. I think I'd just sown them in my last video. Then this is new. Well, the plant isn't, but the arrival of this lovely looking head is. So this is deli stem white, I think. Yeah, sprouting cauliflower, deli stem white. So don't know if that's one central head that I need to cut off when it gets a bit bigger, and then maybe I'll get some more sprouts. Or will that split up into sprouts? Who knows? I'm going to watch and find out. Kohlrabi's looking okay. This is Modrava F1. And some collies. And I've just put some rocket outside today because, you know, there were 3 spare inches, so it had to get filled. Some cabbages. I don't really know what's happening with them. I don't know whether they're going as planned or not. They don't look great, do they? I live on an estate where people drive quads and motorbikes around, so that's what you can hear in the background. So this is what I'm removed my pink germadae. My pink germadae. I can't speak. This is what I moved my pink germadae for. So that's some Romanesco cauliflower and 3 red cabbages. And I've got some more garlic, which is looking, when it flops over like that, is it an indication that it's nearly ready? I'm hoping so. And then this is my spring onion bed. If you remember from my last video, I was grumbling about the compost in it, and they've not really done anything. They've been in since autumn. We have been pulling them, and they've got quite decent sized spring onion bulbs on the end, believe it or not, because they look so tiny. So they've been great actually. I added a little bit of new compost to the bed, and then I've planted some of my sprouting, you know, like me purple sprouting broccolis or early summer purples and things like that. That at the back is deli stem green. But I think I videoed that. Oops. This might be a good time to show you that video actually. Okay, so this is my plan. I want to put these 6 brassicas into my spring onion bed, which is a bit slow. Because I've run out of space really. Everywhere else is pretty much full for now until my garlic comes out. But I want to get these ones out. So I've got some deli stem green, some summer sprouting broccoli and some early sprouting broccoli, which will all harvest this year. Sorry, I had a brain fart then. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig my 6 holes. I'm going to fill it with, now I'm no expert, so I could well be doing this wrong, but I'm going to give it a tiny bit of blood, fish and bone in each hole. I've got some chicken manure pellets there to sprinkle round the plant once I've planted it, when I water it in, and I'm going to water it in with a little bit of this nettle feed. That's what that green yucky stuff is in that bottle, and that really does stink. So I've got everything I need. I'll do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So you join me again as I'm trying to water my brassicas with that stinking nettle feed without splashing it all over my spring onions. I don't even know whether it'd damage them, to be honest, but it's God, it's Smells really bad. I haven't put much in this bloody hell, what's this water can you think called? Bloody hell, watering can. It's not easy when I'm holding phone. So I've finished. I'm quite pleased with how it went. This first variety here, sprouting summer purple. Now I think that's supposed to give me, you know, my spearheads, my broccoli heads, this summer. So late, I think it says between July and November this year. The sprouting early purple will give me an early purple sprouting broccoli crop next year. So in spring, so say March time, and broccoli deli stem green, and that's how they're spelling broccoli, not me. That should give me spears of broccoli. It's supposed to be like a cross between Chinese kale and broccoli, so we're going to get leaves and broccoli spears off that this year, which is great. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with my little brassica planting today. It could be a weird thing to do, planting them between my spring onions, I don't know. And I love these little, I call these little labels, my posh Matlin labels, if you get what I mean. Because I like to think I'm a bit of hyacinth bouquet, when actually I'm more like her sister Daisy. My next door neighbour's doing some work on his house, so that's him cutting up slabs with a big circular saw or something. Anyway, so this is a few courgettes in this bed, some chives. Again, I'm hoping they're just gonna, maybe they can tumble over into path on that side. Some beetroot and some French beans. They're all dwarf on this, so I've just made a little thing for them to climb up. That's Mrs. Blackbird there. She and her husband, Mr. Blackbird, are my company every day in the garden. And I think slowly they're starting to trust me a little bit. But yeah, so I was saying that I don't cover my brassicas. They're still young and I know there's still time for them to get eaten, but we do have a lot of birds come to this garden for that incredibly creative bird table that my husband built. And I think as long as we're feeding them, they're not interested in the brassicas. So I'm just going to carry on as I am. But if I find that, you know, because we've got a couple of fat pigeons that come as well, if they start pecking at the brassicas, I'll consider covering them, although it would pay me to do that. I won't waste food that I've grown though, so yes, but we'll see. So yeah, that's Mrs. Blackbird. She's off and away. They love it since we've put arches in. So yes, I think that's all the beds in the main garden anyway. That's the bird table, so we've catered for all manner of birds there. It's an absolute feast for them. The pond's doing great. So this is a new pond that I dug out in March. So that's looking fabulous. We can't afford to be buying things like stones and fancy logs and whatnot, so we just go scavenging basically. We do a lot of skip diving for a lot of things, you know, like these frames that I'm growing things up. Skip diving. All these beds have been made out of pallets by my very handy husband. Yeah, and we dug this pond in and we just found little bits to go around it, but we're really pleased with it. It's really, we just leave this whole area over to wildlife. We don't care whether there's weeds or whatnot. And then broad beans. So they've been flowering lovely the last few weeks, and I think I saw today some tiny little broad bean pods. So yeah, I'm just supporting them a little bit, because like I said, I'm going away next week. It's probably going to blow a gale or rain. Some first earlies there that I think are getting to the point where I'll be able to harvest them in a week or so. They're Pentland Javelin, them ones. And then all down there, all the way down there is potatoes. First earlies, second earlies, and then mainly a lot of main crop. Look at my lovely fingernails. Those broad beans. I have got a little bit of black fly. That's the worst branch. I mean, most of them aren't too bad. I've topped them. Somebody told me to top them. So I've done that now. They're at the height that I want. But look at that, it's incredible, isn't it? Farmed by ants, apparently, I hear. I've got a little wildflower mix. And there's some lovely flowers come up from it. Tiny, but beautiful. Aren't they gorgeous? I put this, this is another frame. I'm going to grow some more, what they're called, runner beans up. So I've just put that in today and strung it up ready. So I've just sown 3 more varieties of runner beans. So I'll grow a variety in each side. Some rockets that I've just put in. A new lot of purple patch choy, because we've eaten the other ones. Well, what was left after the slugs had had it. Celeriac is looking okay, I think. So that's monarch. I don't know what it should look like really. Looks like celery at the moment, doesn't it? This is that really colourful kohlrabi diner from She Grows Veg. And it's just showing those colours that are on the front of the seed packet now, so that's good. Beetroot, which I think I'll be ready to pull a couple of these for roasting, I think, after my holidays. Some nipper leeks, which are getting there. Perpetual spinach. Ford hook giant, not so giant. And some bright lights and some peppermint chard, which, God, there's so many ways you can eat chard. I didn't realise. And me and my husband are absolutely loving it. So that's his favourite discovery so far. We don't find it bitter at all. We have it in all sorts, and I mean all sorts. Some marshalots, which look an absolute mess. And then, right on the end, some ginger and turmeric, which I just put in today, because they've been sat in a shallow pot for ages. And I don't really know what we're supposed to do with it. I've inserted some cardboard down there, because I know that it's the ginger, obviously it's the root, or whatever the thing is underneath. What do you call them now? When you eat that bit. What's he called? Well, I know I want that to spread, don't I? So I wanted to give it a little bit more room, but I obviously don't want it to spread all over the bed, so I've just stuck it in there. Tell me if I've made a mistake. Oops. This is my granddaughter's little patch. Look at that beautiful nigella. This is her sunflowers. So they were really badly attacked by slugs. I think this one's stressed out. It's put on another couple of heads. So, and again, these were attacked by slugs. This is the one that I was really looking forward to seeing the colour of. Pro White Light, I think it's called. Gorgeous, creamy, pale yellow. Some more beautiful nigellas. Got some oregano, I think, in the base of that. That's a magnolia I planted in memory of my mum, Susan. It's obviously the variety is Susan, and it's a favourite colour. It's that really vivid, like cerise pink. Got a chilli there, random chilli. A Brad's Atomic Grape, which was a second to the one that I've got in the polyhouse. Some dahlias, I think, somewhere around here. Oh, look at that. I've just noticed that. Hello. Couple of aubergines. And some strawberries, The pink flowers on this strawberry in the middle has been stunning. More strawberry flowers. Had some lovely roses come out on this rose bush. These here are my Red Duke of York. Now you tell me, they aren't flowered, but do they look ready to harvest? I'm thinking about it, that's why they're on that bench. So they've been in over 11 weeks, not quite 12 weeks. So I'm thinking about it, as you can see. Right, I've got my barrow. I'm going to get these Red Duke of York out. So we've swapped over because Greg has got bigger muscles than me. So this is our first harvest of our first earlies 2024. One then, Greg. This is your moment. Please be some potatoes. As I said, these haven't flowered. So they were just looking. Oh no, they're tiny. Why should they would have been... Oh, new potatoes! Oh, that's brilliant. We are a little early, aren't we, I think, but they're going to make good new potatoes, aren't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we've done this because I know for the Pentland Javelin and the rest of the Red Duke of York, we can leave them a bit longer. But we've got a bag of new taters there, haven't we, love?
Aye.
His hands are like shovels. He's making them potatoes look small. They're really big, really. Aren't they a gorgeous colour? Oh, I see another. Having watched so many people do the turnouts of the potatoes, but that was the seed potato, that was the seed potato over there, I think. Yeah, having watched a loads of other people do it, it's right frustrating, isn't it, when you see a potato and they don't, and you're like, there's one there. Oh, look at all those tiny ones, yeah. So they would have probably grown if we'd have given it a bit longer, wouldn't they? Curiosity certainly got the better of me, and I wonder if it affects the taste if we've been a bit premature or not. So yeah, these were looking a little bit, these were all flopped over and starting to go yellow, so that's why I thought they might be ready, but they hadn't flowered. So you tell me, should first earlies always flower before you harvest them? I think that might be our lot. So I think what we'll do is we'll clean them up and we'll come back and show you, or I'll at least take a photograph of the end result. Thank you ever so much, Greg. Look at that. That's not bad for a new potato. Lovely. Where else? This is my weedy bucket. I don't think I do too bad. I let the sides of this garden completely go weedy, but I keep the paths clear. I think about what Steve from Greenside Up says, or used to say when he used to say, don't ever let them see a Sunday, which basically just means do your weeding weekly. But every time I do my weeding, I think of him saying that, and it is true. If you just do a little bit every week, you can keep on top of them, can't you? These wildflowers here from a mix, these have just appeared today, some beautiful. Are they calendulas or are they something else? I don't know. These apricot lemonade cosmos are stunning. And I'm delighted to see these have appeared. These little, I call them snapdragons, I forget what they're called now. Antirrhinums. I've had a little go at doing this umbilical cord surgery type thingamajig with strawberries. Not a clue what I'm doing, but I'm giving it a go. Some more flowers. Gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. My fig is coming on. Heartbreakers Vita. These are cute little heart-shaped tomatoes, which I thought would be great on decking. Gorgeous lobelia. And these last few days, my first few sweet peas have appeared. So I think when all those sweet peas are out, that's going to look fab. And they're supposed to be highly scented, so this is where I sit of an evening, so I hope so. This is a purple Cherokee, and look what I pulled off it today. These are what I believe are called cat-faced. They're horrible to look at. So yeah, I just did a quick look online what you should do. You should pull them off. I think it's a deformity. I mean, so many articles tell you different things and people tell you different things, but I read something that said it was due to maybe extended period of cold, which these guys will have experienced, because I had to push them outside a little bit too early. So I've pulled them off. But let's see what happens. It's all about learning for me, so some little bits I've pulled out today. A little bit of sprouting summer purple. Kohlrabi, which looks great, and these were some onions I've pulled early because I wanted the space. As you can tell, I'm not right precious about onions. I love this little window box. All this is what I've grown from seeds, so I'm really, really chuffed. Wasn't planned. I didn't realise this got so big. This is Nicotiana. I don't have no idea. I guess it's not really a hanging basket flower, but I'm actually loving how it looks, so I'm happy. Some more cosmos. Huge Nicotiana. My cold frame. So I'm trying to keep on with the succession sowing. Some more herbs there. I want to do some foxgloves for next year. I'm gutted it takes 2 years for them to come. Some backup brassicas. This lemon balm is gorgeous. I don't know what to do with it, but oh jeez, it smells like my favourite hand cream. That Forduck Giant's doing miles better is that Forduck Giant? If it is, that wasn't meant to be in that pot, but look how great it's doing. The blueberries, I don't think I'll get any actual berries this year, but I've enjoyed the flowers. Oregano and some tarragon. Some sweet peas climbing up the drain pipe. Cape gooseberry. I've got all sorts in these pots. I'm quite chuffed with this because I've created kind of like a little border, as far as I'm concerned, with pots. So I love it when I look down there and I see a little seating area. These are I had three, what do you call it, pink fir apple potatoes left, so I put one in each of these supermarket flower tubs. So my husband just came home with these one day and just asked Morrison's if he could take them, and they said yes. So 3 more additions to my massive potato grow. And lastly, into my little greenhouse, which is more of a storage area. I've got some rocket seedlings, some wild rocket dragon's fire, and you know, it's true what they say, you can go too early. I've tried sowing these earlier on this year and it just didn't work, and now it's been, you know, a lot easier. So I'm going to have a lot more patience next year and not get ahead of myself. We love these sweet marble turnips, so multi-sown. We ate all of them, so we've had them in last maybe 6 weeks. So I've sowed some more, and these are Swedes. So reading back on my seed packets, apparently June is the time for sowing Swedes, or May. May, June. Some cucamelons. I've got 3 of my backup sweet corn there. And zinnias. Oh yeah, some more flowers here. I really need to be putting these on, but I'm going on holiday and peppers are doing grand. Coro di Toro Rosso. And this is my little granddaughter's effort. She's grown some sunflowers, bless her. We've got this little this little thing. So she does her little planting in there. She absolutely loves it. And in fact, this is my messy area. Excuse that motorcycle. And my herbs. All the coriander in the garden's bolted like this. So I've sown some more. That's my phrase, isn't it? So I've sown some more. Thank you again for joining me. Let me know what's going on in your garden. If we're growing some of the same stuff, I'd love to hear how yours is getting on, good or bad. So yeah, thanks once again, guys. Last question, is there such thing as too much bunting?